So the way I've traded miners for years has been to just sell the moves up, buy the dips, never too much, always hold a core position. And thankfully, when this move, I don't even know when to say it started. I mean, it's been going on for a while, but really 2025 here since this rebound, especially the breakout. I'm looking at GDXJ right now. But 2025, right? The move in 2025, I've been trimming very, very little because to me, all the stars have been aligned. I never want to sell too much. And I would just sell individual stocks based on their own local chart and sometimes the GDX, GDXJ. When the GDX or GDXJ get to a particular resistance point, I expect them to stall and maybe dip later, and that should drag down the individual stocks. But we know some of them have their own news or they're outperforming, underperforming, whatever. So I've just been trimming generally very, very lightly, 1, 2%, ridiculous amounts, like pathetic amounts. And that's a good thing because it's just been going vertical since then. And I actually stopped trimming for a few days during this like slow squeeze. But yesterday, so what is it, Tuesday, I thought after market close, actually, or just as market was closing, I just decided to do like a 3%, I think 3%, between 2 and 4, let's say, across the board trim. And it's the first trim. It's still very light, right? But still, it's the first trim in a long time, in I think months, like across the board. Before maybe I would sell like 7 or 8 stocks, but it'd be like 1% here, 2% there. But here was literally across the board. I think I left 2 or 3 alone. And it's not because I think we're going to go down. It's just because we've gone up so much. It's risk management. I mean, I have a lot of cash on the sidelines because I've been trimming, I've been adding, from my salary. So I've been trimming from not just miners, but other stocks I have. I mean, I got some other stocks. They've gone up so much. Alibaba, Paramount, 3D printing, the uranium stocks, which I hardly sell. I never go through them, but they've just had a great time too. Nothing really beats the miners. But anyway, I got a lot of cash on the sidelines, but I still thought I would sell. Thing is, if we dip, and I'm not going to buy back if we dip 3%. No, no, I'm talking about an entire level, like at least 5%, but 10%. I'm absolutely sorted. And that's why I also, in the end, decided to do it. Because with the cash I have and with the extra cash I'll have, I mean, I'm sorted. I'm guaranteeing real success. Like I'd look forward to a dip. Um, and if we keep going higher, then I'm still holding 97% composition. I'm gonna keep making a tremendous amount. So anyway, yesterday night I made a bit of a decision, and it's not that much, right? 2 to 4%. But if we go up again, if GDXJ goes towards 100, I'm even higher. I'm actually judging it more on gold and silver. So for me, I sold to respect the 44 level. For me, 44 is a level. I know silver's up already this morning. Good, good. But I'm selling for the 44 silver dollar level. The next level I want to sell, it's not going to be 100 GDXJ. That will be easily taken out. It's going to be the $50 silver level or the gold 4,000. It's the same, and they may even coincide. So those two levels, I'm going to trim again, like another across the board, maybe 5% trim. So let's just start off, right? I just want to start off with that. DXY is still stuck in this. I don't know. It doesn't really matter too much. If we end up flushing this level, that's gonna be a catalyst for. It should be a catalyst for gold and silver to just make their move to the next level. For me, again, silver is 50, gold is 4,000. Any big number will do, but 4,000. If we flush, and we'll go to like 95. If we break out, we've got the next levels, and we'll probably retrace after that. Yields, you know what? Let's go straight to gold and silver. Seriously, yields don't matter too much. For now, sometimes they're the most important asset. Gold, see, that was a little bit of a closed off the highs, but it's okay today. I guess the DXY might count. It's not bearish till there's like a big red candle and a close at low of day under yesterday's low of day. Otherwise, it's just neutral slash bullish. The trend is your friend. Up we go to 4,000. So gold is okay. Silver is okay. 44, right? I think 44 is, I was saying before we broke out, even in the 30s, I was saying 40 is not really level. I see 40. 42 and a half, 43, 43 and a half, and 44. For me, 44 is the last stop, right? It's the last stop, very obvious. I think it's 44.2 something until 50. And I don't mean 50, I mean 49 point something. I'd probably sell 48.89 and then 49.49. I'd do like two sells, and not silver itself, but whatever I'm looking to sell. So the miners, once we're approaching 49, I'd start trimming there, because it might not touch 50 before it retraces, and it could do that, right? We could just imagine it goes straight through 44 and doesn't care about my level, like it's been doing quite a lot, which I've liked. But I do think 44 is a level. And you go to 50, runs 50, and then go back down, right? You can do that, and then go back up and break out. That's possible, and that would be a huge trading opportunity, I think. Already here, we could trim and go back down. I don't know. Retest falling go up. I don't know. I'm trimming this area, and I'm gonna trim this area quite simply. And for gold, it's gonna be 4,000. So I've made my little sell. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens today. Right, it could come back down. There should be a lot of support in silver if we come back down, but so far it's very strong. Right, let's look at the miners. GDX has made new all-time highs. No point in zooming out. This will just follow gold, silver. That massive move there indicate, and yesterday's close at high of day indicated further upside. It's done that. I don't know. I looked at individual miners and I thought some of them needed a trim, so I didn't really trim based on GDX. It's really GDXJ. I mean, GDX just made new all-time highs. GDXJ for me was 100. I thought we were close enough, right? 96.5 is the same as 100 with 3% off. Maybe not from the close, but from the high of day. I kind of trimmed after hours mainly, so I guess I sold with 4% off from 100, but it's good enough, and it is a level for me. GDXJ 100. It's a big number. There is a level there, and it just coincided with $44 silver. For me, it was GDXJ 100, silver 44. That's a little level across the board trim. And if I'm wrong, cool. Let's go up to the next level. Right? If we go up 3, 4%, I don't care. It's still the same area. If we go up 10%, that's different. So if we start to go straight through 100 and up we go to 120, then obviously I was clearly wrong, and I'm happy. I rejoice with my 97% core position being held. And silver is probably running up to 50, and the silver stocks are the ones I sold the least, by the way, if you're wondering. It was mainly the gold stocks. But gold will probably be heading towards 4,000 at that point too. And by the way, it was the senior gold stocks. I left the mid tiers a little bit alone. I still trimmed them. It was the silvers and the gold mid tiers that I left a little bit. They were sort of like 2% nibbles, but it was like a bit of a 4% on the seniors. So average kind of 3%, something like that. I didn't pay too much attention. Okay, let's check out SIL. Yeah, that's also nearing. You can see how that was pretty close to its level, its next level. Nothing massive. Oh, Jesus, we're up here, aren't we? The next one's pretty big though. But I mean, there are levels every 5%. So this is just a coincidence. SILJ, that took out its all-time high, and it's probably going to retrace a little bit. Maybe it depends on silver. There are some gaps here, and I don't even know if I'd buy back if we retrace a little bit. Like I shouldn't all of a sudden get trigger happy and buy back what I sold just for a 3 or 4% drop. These sells are more for a like, I don't know, a 10% drop. We haven't seen anything like that in a long time, but some of the stocks really they just very vertical. SILJ is pretty vertical, but some of the individual stocks are just wild. Just all right, Newmont. This is really what I did. So Newmont, yes, I sold, right? I sold the all-time high. There's your little trim. That's a 4% trim. Do I think Newmont's going to go all the way to 100? Yes, and beyond. Yes, of course. I just thought, and I've really justified it. Here we have a little trim. I've done no serious trim in a long time. If you're going to do it, you do the all-time high. So 85.99 out. 4% roughly. If we come all the way back down, beautiful. I'll buy all that back. If we go even lower, excellent. Let me add some sidelines cash. If we go even lower, let me add more, 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 more. No problem. And if somehow I exhaust all my cash, which is never going to happen, to be honest, I'll sell my gold and throw that here. Right? There's just endless hedging possibilities. Like the move down is only going to be welcomed. I will have my portfolio reduced, but it would be for the greater good. Next is Barrick, which has not reached its all-time high, but has been one of the most vertical stocks out there. For me, that was it. It was the time to trim. It was after hours because I went for a long walk outside thinking about this. I should have just stayed and put the trim. I haven't sold that since the $30 breakout or something. And yeah, so that was a little 4% trim. I think this is going to go way higher. This is going to reach its all-time highs and then go beyond. But still 4% trim just to respect the strategy, the nature of the trader I am, and just risk management and all that stuff. And if we come back down, I'll buy that back very quickly. I mean, I can't really imagine it going down too much, but $30. Yeah, that's a 10, 11% move. That would be great. I'll probably buy back before then. And if we go lower, I can finally use the actual cash I've had on the sidelines doing nothing for ages except earning interest. So that's not bad. Nico, and some of these senior gold stocks, well, some days they look a bit weak, underperforming, and all of a sudden they're up like 4 or 5% with gold. But Nico, you can't zoom out. There's no chart. We've gone way beyond. That was also trimmed across the board, 4% trim. Wheaton, that one a little less because it's worth not as much as the others. That was more like a 3% maybe. Again, no point in zooming out. We've gone above and beyond. This one, I don't expect to go down too much if we start to drop. There's a bit more support compared to the others because it hasn't been as vertical. Pan American Silver. This one I also trimmed, also 4%, even though I think silver's going to go to 50 just because of the long-term descending right over here. I'd already sold this area, but I sold again because Pan America's just worth way too much because it merged with Mag Silver and I never really sold anything. So I sold this area also 4%. I think this will go straight to 50 once silver's at 50. But anyway, 4% sell. And now it's done. Like if we go to 40, the seller had 40, I deleted it. Like this big sell that I've done here at 38, it it, it takes care of the whole chart, that we see here. Like I'm not selling 44. If we go and break out and close above 40, we're going to 50. It's because silver's probably going to 50. So this was like the last sell before the absolute new move. So that's how I justified it in my own brain. Next one, Franco Nevada, another vertical one. This one, I wanted this. I think it can go a bit higher, but I sold 2% of this one. It wasn't a 4% trim. It was a 3%. This one's fine, nothing wrong. It can retrace all the way back down. It's got strong support around 200, 204. Yeah, trim. I mean, no point in zooming out. Metalla, no sell. No sell on Metalla. I think if we go down, I'll buy back. If we go up, then I'll do little sells as I always do, little trims. But I wasn't going to sell this with a 2, 3, 4%. I just made, and it's not that worth that much. That's also why, compared to the others, I mean, it's still worth way more than it's ever been worth. I am gold, left it alone. That one I've just got sells in place on each horizontal level, and I've just done a sell recently. So I just left the one in, was it 1349? So this one I left alone. This is a mid-tier gold. I want to buy back. I don't want to sell the moves up. I want to buy the drops. And I'm selling every level up anyway. And these are like 10, 15% moves. So I left that one alone. Equinox. I think this is a light sell, and that's it. Again, this one I expect to move to $13. That'll be my last sell before it makes new all-time highs, and I start to leave it alone, right? Once they make new all-time highs and there's no chart, I leave them unless I think gold or GDX is gonna drop, then I might sell, but I'm not gonna, I won't be selling based on past chart history because there is none. But this one does. So 12.99 is my last sell, then I leave it. B2 Gold. This one had a sell that was in already before I made the decision. It was a 49.99 sell, so I trimmed at 4.99 a little bit, a little 2%. The usual B2 Gold's not worth that much compared to the others, and this one can actually go up a lot. I know there's Mali news. I think they're going to increase the costs on some of these miners. So again, there's a reason this one's not worth that much, even though it's a great stock or a great company, just because of the jurisdiction. So I just left this one with their automatic sells in place. Harmony, this one I'm leaving This one, like obviously the all-time high is a sell. I would normally have sold this, but I just, I bought it twice here on the drop. It's it's done exactly what I thought it would do, just break out with gold. It's done exactly what I thought it would do. And actually what it did yesterday is also what I thought it would do is test the old high and come back down. Like the all-time high will be resistance. It is the all-time high, right? I think so. But I still think, I mean, if it goes down, I'm gonna buy back. Well, not buy back, I'm gonna add. And if we break out, I'm just gonna hold. This one I just want to hold for months without really selling. Um, yeah, because it's worth the least out of all the other ones. So trimming it doesn't feel right, even though you should trim based on where it is. I'm just left it alone, basically. Aris Mining didn't do any trade on that because it just got smashed during the day at the open, and I actually removed my 999 sell. It just got smashed, but then it recovered, and I don't even know if it's news. All right, fine, down sort of 6% by end of the day. I'm just holding, just holding. If we really drop more, then I'll buy back. If we break out, I'm going to leave it alone. This is just a hold for now. SBSW, this one I had already sold on the breakout. I left this one alone. All right, let's look at the silver stocks. First Majestic, left it alone. For me, out of all the silver stocks that I hold, this is the one that has not moved the most. This one should go to 14. I just left this one. I don't even think I trimmed it. If it drops, I buy back. I add. If it goes up, I trim it. The $14 move, 13.99. It'll probably go to 14 39. It's probably better to sell at 14.39. But this one I left alone. I think silver is going to 50. Yes, I do think it could drop from 44. And if it does, I add, right? I think around $10 is super strong if we get there. So this one I'm going to buy if it drops, and if it goes up to 14, I'll keep trimming, 14 and then probably up here 18, etc. So this one I think has not made the move it should make. Fortuna, there was a slight trim. I don't like Fortuna. I've already sold this area. I sold again a little 2% here. Yes, I do think we go up here, especially if we go to 50, we go way beyond 10, but I'll sell that when we get there. I don't like Fortuna, but I hold it and I'm gonna respectfully sell it on the way up. But yeah, little trim, an extra trim. So second time I sold 849 pretty much. Next sell should be yeah, 969 or something. So this one, I don't mind swapping this one for another one, but I'll slowly get out, not in a hurry. Next, CDE. I'm very emotional about this one. Very light trim, little 1%. It's a silver stock. I think we go to 50, but this is just super vertical. A drop will be bought. I'll definitely buy back what I sold quite quickly. And if we drop even more, like 12.50, something ridiculous, I will make this be worth more than it's worth at the absolute peak up here. And the bounce will be superb because I still think if we drop from 44, we go down to 40, they'll all drop 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12%. And I'm not wouldn't be buying back what I sold. I'm buying way more. Then you go back up to 44 and break out to 50. I mean, the amount of money you're gonna make, it's gonna make a huge difference to your portfolio. Not just trimming that move at the top, but buying back more than you sold and catching the bottom and then breaking out way beyond 44. That would be absolutely amazing. All right, next one, Heckler. Also at a level, multi-year level, little light trim because I've already sold this area. I'm hoping for a move to 13, but again, a little 2% trim. Just a little light 2% trim across the board, to be honest. EXK, this one I left because it was low of day when I made my decision and I'd already sold this area. And I think EXK can make a bigger move. So a bit like First Majestic, this one I kind of left alone. And the other three are just such small positions. I left them, right? They retraced a little bit aftermath. Guanajuato, this is just, if silver goes to 50, this should make a lot of money. This is almost doubled or something. So I left that one. And Aya Gold, I shouldn't treat as a little junior. I think it's a bit of a big boy, but I still left that one alone. I think I forgot what I added, 13s or something, mid 13s. So in the end, I did a little trim across the board. The seniors, right? The Newmonts, the Agnicos, the Wheatons, the Pan Americas, the Barracks. Franco Nevadas. I sold those like 4%, if I can say, on average. And then when it came to the mid tiers, the I am Gold, Equinox, I call them mid tiers, the B2 Golds, them they were 2%, and the silvers were also 2%. Some of them I left alone. So in the end, it was kind of 3% sell because the 4% of the seniors they're worth the most kind of made up for those where it was 2% or no sell. So 3% across the board trim. It sounds like nothing for me. It makes something, and when you times it by 20 stocks or whatever, it's a big amount. It's a decent amount on the sidelines. If we have a retracement, I'll buy them back, but not a small 2-3%, like a 5 to 10%. I'll buy that back. And if there's a bigger move, then I start to get aggressive. So that'll do. Let's see what happens now. I'm happy either way. If gold drops, I don't know if I'm going to be happy because I'll still have a big hit to the account because I have a big position still, right? But if it goes up, I mean, I'm happy either way. And that's kind of like why I like the trim. It works both mathematically, profit loss wise, but also psychologically, it helps. And after this huge move up, now I think I'm a bit more relaxed. So still think 50 is going to happen very, very soon, though. All right, that'll do. Good luck. Let's see what happens today.